Yeah, what it dang dizzly do wop. I am Zachary D, the Palsy Papa, and this is Palsy Papa Presents Season 2. Maybe that's what we're calling it. I mean, I took a month off, but we're back, baby. Bizbiddly back with it. You know what it is. Let's go. Yeah. All that in a bag of chizips, you dig?
No.
All right. Listen, I took a month off. A month. It's been a month since I've recorded a video. Jaime.
I know.
It's been a whole ass month since I've put out a video on the YouTube. Oh man. And honest to goodness, this video, Hater to Love It, is part of the reason that I haven't been back on YouTube. Not that there's any dramatically bad news or anything, but I kept wanting to do this video and so on and so forth. And we were just fighting. Like a month ago, it was bad.
Yeah. It's not been a very good month. I mean, and that's kind of a loaded statement there. We were definitely not in a very good place a month ago. And I'm trying to remember now what it was that we were fighting about.
Well, no, and it's been kind of ongoing. And I think if we're honest, I've been depressed.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times our fights would boil down to that. And I'm not gonna say that it's been all of that, because I think it takes two people to cause a fight. But every time we went to record this video, I just either A, wasn't happy with the product that was gonna come out, and B, just burnt out. To be frank, I was burnt out. I wasn't really spending much time with my friends, and like, it was work your two jobs, record your videos, and go to sleep and wake up. And I love this channel. I do. And I've promised you guys from the very beginning ultimate transparency. And the truth is, I couldn't take a vacation from either one of the jobs that are making me money right now. So I had to take a vacation from the one thing that I could to gain back some hours in my week to try and get back to an even playing field. If you go back and you'll watch videos prior to this, you'll see that I have said multiple times that I wasn't in a good place and I was just trying to soldier through. And sometimes you just need a little bit of R&R. And another full transparency, honesty mode is this pregnancy hasn't been easy for you.
No, it hasn't. And unfortunately, it's not. I don't think it's going to get any easier for the remainder part either. It's definitely one of the more struggling of the 3 pregnancies. So
For sure.
yeah.
I think we can both say that we're ready for it to be over.
Yeah.
For sure. And the other thing is, we haven't been to mass in almost a year. And I know we don't talk about religion a lot on this channel, but that is important to us. And we're kind of trying to find a way back in this latter stage. I won't say post-COVID, because we're not post-COVID. Don't let anybody tell you differently. We're not post-COVID. But at some point, we have to say, well, we've taken this year to try and get over it, and it hasn't happened. How much longer am I willing to sacrifice my normal routine to because it's not just like something nice that we do. being Catholic is kind of where we find our ground and our identity as a family. So going without that for a year has been tough. And I don't know about you, Jamie, but it kind of reminded me, this year's reminded me why we became Catholic in the first place.
I mean, there are quite a few reminders of it, just in general Catholic beliefs, and then, going back and looking at my memories. I posted something about going to RCIA a couple of years ago, and it's hard to believe that I'm coming up on 3 years that I've been Catholic, and you're coming up on 4. So
Right.
it's hard to believe that
A quarter
so
and a
long.
third of that time has been spent not doing the thing.
Right. And we have a strong reason for not going.
Of course. I don't think anybody I've talked to about it has said we're in the wrong. No, I think we've made the most prudent decision. And I think that at this point we've got to decide whether that decision still holds water or it doesn't.
Right.
Obviously at this point Kirsten is back at the facility where she came home for the holidays.
Mhm.
And was back and went back probably shortly after I actually recorded that video with her. And I kind of wanted to talk to you, Jamie,
Mhm.
about the future of this channel in the sense of how do you want to involve our children? Because really, this channel is a lifestyle blog sort of channel. And naturally, our kids are a big part of our life and my life. Obviously, I'm the focus of the channel, but our kids and our family are a big focus. How do you feel about, because Cecilia has been in videos before.
When she can sit still, yes. Which isn't for very long. She's an active 2-year-old and doesn't even take naps during the day. So I think the hardest part is going to be doing the videos with her involved in it. I think right now in her current activeness and age, it's going to be very difficult to have like a sit down video.
Of course, right. I mean, she's going to be 3.
Right.
Which
But
is crazy to say.
No. We'll have a 13-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-month-old all by the time that they're aging up this year.
Right. I think Kirsten enjoyed it. The reason I bring this up is because one thing I want to avoid with all of the children is I want to avoid talking about things that are embarrassing,
right,
without letting them know.
Right. And with Cecilia, that's going to be a couple of years. She's not going to know that. We just have to use our best judgment on that.
Of course,
with
and I
Kirsten,
don't think that we make I don't think that we made a spectacle of our children before. I think with Kirsten, it's going to be me asking her, "Do you want to make a video?"
Right.
And then about what, and kind of let her guide that experience for her, because I do think she had fun.
Yeah.
Because she went back and told her friends and like ooh, 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 and like it was nice.
Yeah.
We have found out that we're having another girl.
Yep.
Since the last time I made a video.
We didn't find out the traditional way through an ultrasound. She was hiding her private area with her hand. And no amount of
genitals fucking.
No amount of shaking the belly would get her to move that hand.
It's
so they did a blood test to check for chromosomal abnormalities. We didn't know that they were going to do that, but they did. And
Right.
at the same time, they're like, okay, well, if you want to find out what you're having, click on this button. And I clicked on it and found out it was a girl.
Which is, it's interesting because for us, you could have thrown every chromosomal abnormality in the book. Our kid could have had them all, and it doesn't change anything.
But still knowing about whether or not there's a chromosomal abnormality makes preparing for it a little easier. Now, I mean, anytime you're faced with an abnormality like Down syndrome, or I think one of the other ones was Turner syndrome. I don't know what that is, but you have to be somewhat prepared. And when I say somewhat prepared, is no pregnancy is like no person with Down syndrome is the same.
Sure.
Everyone's different. Everyone's level of Down syndrome is different. You know, we've seen that.
I mean, sure, but how do you, okay, in that case, how do you even try to prepare?
Well, I mean, you obviously have to prepare for having to homeschool them sometimes, depending on what level it is. And also, certain chromosomal abnormalities will also prepare you for a shorter lifespan. And that's something that not only do you have to physically get ready for, but psychologically as well.
And I think,
and I'm not saying that it's something to terminate a pregnancy for. Nothing in our sight, nothing is worth terminating a pregnancy for at all.
No, you don't,
because there's no such thing in
you
our
don't need to.
book.
You don't need to say our book. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you're going to do a thing like that, you just say, I know it's not good.
Right.
And I felt like I had no other option. And I can't be not understanding of that. And you guys will hear my side of that whole discussion in a video later this month. Because that's something I have experience with. I'm not talking from a place of it's never happened to me. It has, and I want everyone here who, since we brought that up, I want everyone here who watches this and hears us say that the best way to go about it is to keep the pregnancy and raise whatever kid you've been given. That comes from a place of understanding, not of judgment. I don't think you've watched any of these videos and found me to be judgmental. Now, you might change your mind when you watch me talk about the next series I'm going to start on the channel, which is Thank You for Calling. I'm actually looking forward to that series a lot because I realized part of the reason that it became difficult for me to continue with the channel without being burnt out is because finding disability stories to talk about every day is hard. Doesn't get reported in the news. It's not always first and foremost on anybody's mind, so it doesn't really get talked about. And occasionally something will come up with my disability, or I'll see something that is relevant. But a large part of my life is spent in a call center, to use the proper term these days, a contact center. So that is something you guys can look forward to as well, and I'm looking forward to bringing it to you. Other thing I wanted to say is I think there's going to be a lot more family content on this channel because unironically, this is a space where my wife and I can talk freely, and we don't really get an opportunity because of our schedules and our lives to talk unless we're doing this. And that sucks to say in one sense, but in another sense, this is good for us to do as well.
Yeah.
And also, you have to understand too that um, Kirsten will likely be coming home sooner rather than later. So that
We're
means
talking summertime, possibly after the baby's born.
yeah, I know originally we may have said on this channel spring break. But I think that was really
I was
December.
reaching.
It was December ambitious. That's a fact.
Yeah.
There's no way around that. It was ambitious on the face of it. You will also notice something about these videos that's going to be bigly different. There's no vape.
Right.
No vape in the videos. How long's that been, Jaime?
How long has it been since you have not vaped? 3 weeks?
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks.
I didn't want to say that I was trying to quit before I really, because
Tried.
I don't feel like I'm going back. But no, it's more than that, because if you tell somebody, like, if I get on this channel right now and say I'm trying to lose weight or whatever, right?
Right.
Then everybody's gonna be like, "Ooh, that's so good," and you've gotten all your positive feedback. So now you don't have the same incentive to actually do the thing.
Right.
Because you've gotten what you're looking for. You've gotten that hit of positive feedback. So it's bad to do that. So there's going to be changes in the way this channel is done. In fact, I think most days I'm going to just record all the videos for a week. And then if something comes up on a particular day, I'll just move them out. I'll move those videos out and keep the content flow coming for you guys. But it also gives us time, if we want to do a family video, to sit down with the kids and plan that out and figure out what that looks like. And maybe at a certain point, it's us and the kids playing board games or something. I don't know. It could be fun, right?
Yeah. I mean, right now, 2-year-old can't play board games, so
Although she did try. She wanted to open that box real bad.
she wanted to open it and see what was in there that she could potentially destroy. We have a very nosy 2-year-old who likes to get into everything.
I think that's most
Absolutely
2-year-olds,
everything.
though, isn't it?
I don't remember Kirsten being that way.
I mean, but she's autistic.
Yeah, but she wasn't showing signs of autism until she got to school age.
Okay, and I wasn't showing signs of being crippled until they realized, oh shoot, he can't walk. But I always was. It wasn't like it just happened, right?
Yeah, I think you were 6 months old.
I mean, whatever.
When they noticed it. Yeah. We have our crib set up right here. And that's something you see in the background.
I think they can also see out into the kitchen.
Yeah, for right now, I had the door open. My bad.
No problem.
I have not been able to get up really quickly nowadays.
Oh, tell them about the time you posted our address on the internet.
Yeah. Let's not. I don't want to talk about that.
And then you had random folks showing up at our house.
It was someone you knew and trusted.
I mean, sure.
And you weren't worried about him showing up because it was someone from church.
but it sort of underpins the point of we're going to be a little bit careful about how we talk about certain things so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind people showing up, but my life in particular is real scheduled, like really scheduled. So it comes down.
If I don't have dinner ready by a certain time, he gets super upset.
Well, it's not just I get upset. I literally can't eat. Like, if dinner's not ready at 5 o'clock and it's 5:10, oh, now I got 10 minutes to eat before work instead of 30.
But see, he doesn't ever tell me what days he works.
Always.
What particular times in the evenings.
Always.
No, you don't.
In your book, it's always.
And see, that would tell me that you go to work right at 5 o'clock as soon as you get off work from one job.
No, 5:30. 5:30.
Anyways.
Hey, you brought it
about this on the video.
No. You don't get to bring that up and then and then back up.
Anyways, I am
see
not.
what I'm dealing with, folks.
I have not been able to get up really fast lately, or often. Been dealing with a lot of pain. And we actually, back in December and most of January, I was being tested for preeclampsia because I've had bouts of blood pressure, even to the point where I've been put on blood pressure medicine. No preeclampsia, no other concerns, but I have had an extreme amount of pain on my pelvic bone. And apparently it's something that's called SPD.
Disclaimer, a doctor has not said that, but WebMD do though.
It's called symphysis pubis dysfunction. And it's basically the muscles that hold my uterus up have relaxed, and now my uterus is sitting on my pelvic bone, and it causes high blood pressure. Yeah, so it basically feels like I've been kicked quite a few times with a pair of steel-toed boots.
Would you like me to actually kick you with a pair of boots?
Oh, no, I would not.
To see if it actually feels that way?
No. And it causes me to waddle really, really badly. Hurts to
She's
stand
like
up.
Ducky.
hurts to stand up, hurts to sit down, hurts to lift anything, hurts to sleep. I can't sleep on my sides anymore. Even with the pillow between my legs to help relieve some of the pressure. I have to sleep with the pillow underneath my legs and lay on my back. So
I just kicked the camera, so
ha ha ha.
Yeah, I just kicked. No, I did.
But having to do the same functions every day with that being a big problem has also caused some fights too with us.
Well, I think it's in part because you hesitate to allow me to help.
Well, and a lot of it is some of the help that I need is during the day and I don't get it because you're working. And that's not your fault.
Right. It's not that you don't get it, it's that it's not available.
Right. And it causes me a lot of pain. And a lot of times I don't want to do it. And so things don't get done in the time that they're supposed to get done. Or, which, because of the pain, it's caused dinner to be late a couple of times, and thus causes his schedule to be off and him to have to shovel food into his mouth before he starts his next job. And, it's just...
Essentially, I'm not a very, how do I say, flexible person. I'm not real flexible.
So
I'm
not a morning person.
Well, yeah. I'm getting better about that. Not perfect, but I'm getting better.
Bull.
That's bull. Okay, all right.
That's I call bull on that.
All right, okay. I'll give that one to you. You would know over me.
Although you did wake up and go to the office last night at 2:00 in the morning or something like that.
Honestly, because I woke up with a mad headache. Because I had been drinking Saturday.
Yeah.
I woke up with a mad headache, and I wouldn't say I was hungover, but I was probably
as close to being hungover as you have been in years.
For sure. I think I was still in full control of all my faculties, but I definitely drank more yesterday or Saturday than I had in a while.
You want to tell them what you drank?
Yeah, I had a Four Loko, 2 shots of moonshine, and a beer.
It was the cherry moonshine, wasn't it?
Chocolate cherry, fucking.
Chocolate cherry. My bad.
Right. So that was all in the span of about 4 or 5 hours. 4 or 5 hours ish. Because we left my brother's at 8:30.
Yeah.
So
but we got there at 3:30. So 5 hours.
So yeah, it was 4 or 5 hours. So I woke up last night and I made a mistake by going straight to bed. I did. I should have had some water before I went to bed. I should have drank as much water as I could because I woke up really dried out and my head hurt. But those hangouts are important, and I've been really wondering what the next phase is for Zachary D, the Palsy Papa, and my family, because I don't think this is all that our life will amount to. I don't think this is the pattern that we're in. I think it's a good pattern, but I do think that there's more. I've just got to find it. And so I guess to wrap this up, really and truly, I very much appreciate you guys for understanding and for allowing me a break and to be gone for a little bit so that I could get my my stuff together, so that I could figure out what it is that I wanted to do, needed to do, had to do. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you as always for watching. I am Zachary D, the Palsy Papa. This has been Palsy Papa Presents. And as always, don't be tripping. Why?
He's still crippin'.
Yeah, you know. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.